lot of ground to cover with this putt. Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
I've given it a good look. I see this one going left at the hole.
Okay, that was a tough ask. Here's one to walk away with a par. Okay, the putt goes in. Time for the next hole. As we head to the next hole, our featured player is currently tied for first. And we're on the tee of the par 4 fourth hole.
I wonder if he's going to try and attack this hole. He could definitely extend the lead if he plays it right.
A lot to like about that one. Sitting at 1 under. I'm being told John has more. John, what can you tell us?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Brooke Henderson as she gets set for her next shot here on the 3rd.
Well, that one's come off the blade with intent. Go in the hole.
This is the 3rd. Currently tied for the lead. So close to a birdie. A par putt tap in. Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he is tied for the lead.
The 5th hole, Rich, the first of the par 3s. Much to it?
There is. This green is tiny. It's minuscule. And you have what over to the right-hand side? Oh, yes, the Pacific Ocean. No, thank you. A par 3 here is an excellent score.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Yes, anytime you can find the green and have a putt, you'll take it. And Henny, what's he looking at for this putt?
Yeah, he's got just over 16 feet here.
And that putt will end up short. Putting for par. Okay, let's head to the next. And as we head to the next, this player is currently tied top of the leaderboard alongside Brooke Henderson. Rich, one of the great par 5s in all of golf is the 6th hole here at Pebble.
It is. It's one of these par 5s that you think I can take advantage of it because it's not that long. However, though, you can mess it up as easy as any other hole on this prestigious layout. The 6th is a beautiful but difficult par 5.
Well, Rich, being half a Canadian these days, I certainly take a shining to Brooke Henderson because she really is a national hero, arguably the best golfer in Canada, not just female. Of course, we know she's the best woman in Canada, but the way she plays the game, it really endears her to a lot of people, doesn't it?
Well, it does. I'm still trying to figure out which half you're Canadian in because I'm really not buying
the
that.
Back half.
I'm really not buying that statement there, Luke. I mean, just look at you know, the first thing I notice is how good she swings it. I mean, You just don't see many professionals in the game swing it that good, regardless whether it's men or women. She has got a world-class swing, and that stands out more than anything for me. And she's just out there, and she's having fun, but she wants it all. She wants to win every single week out there, and the competitive fire that burns inside her, it shows. I mean, she really wants to win every single week. It's not happening, obviously, but I'd say what, she's a phenomenal player, and she's just going to win as many times as she wants to, it seems like. Not how many they're going to give her, but she's a real deal.
That's disappointing. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Trailing by a stroke after that hole.
Time now for a par 3. An opportunity to make birdie. Good looking stroke right here. Wow.
Good putt there. That'll work.
And just this short one left for par. After that hole, he's still at even. We've reached the 8th hole. It's a par 4. That will definitely work. That's a missed green. Time now for the 3rd. And just one shot back. "12 feet remain."
This is all about momentum. It's a par save.
Henny, how tough will this putt be?
It's a little tricky to see. It's not a straight putt. There is a bit of right-hand movement at the end.
This one's tracking.
That putt drops for par. And after that, he remains at even par. We're at the 9th. It's a par 4.
This is an interesting hole because it wants to make you aim left, but there's a bunker there that you need to avoid. Funny enough, there's a lot more room out to the right than what you can see off the tee. A very strong par 4 to finish the front 9.
That's a tough one to swallow. Oh no, I think this might be out of bounds. This is dicey to say the least. That is out of bounds. That is a big miss. This one will not be easy.
He's going to need an incredible stroke of luck to get this out with any momentum going forward to get it on the green.
And from the rough too. This is looking nice.
Down to Henny.
Setting up this putt 28 feet from the cup.
That looked good all the way. 3 feet left. Pacing is such an important part of putting. It was off right there. After that hole, our featured player is sliding down the leaderboard. We begin the back nine here on the 10th hole.
Now playing with 13 clubs after that bad hole at the previous.
This one's a little hot and headed toward the second cut.
Yeah, this one's going long out the rough.
If this goes in, we'd call it a bomb. Wow, this one is looking good. This is looking better and better.
You know you want to. You know you want to.
And it drops in. All right, let's get back to the action. He is climbing up the leaderboard after that hole.
Well, Rich, we start to head home, but first we've got to head up the hill on this short par 4 11th.
Thankfully, a breather hole after the last few. This is just a 3-wood. Could be a driver up the hill. Second shot, very short, but beware, this green pitches severely from back to front. Watch the spin on your second shot.
That one's heading down Broadway. Here we have the second shot into the 11th. John, you're down there. What's happening?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Brooke Henderson as she gets set for her next shot here on the 10th.
Starting it way outside the hole.
And back to the course with the live action. Time for a little bit of focus here. This is a lengthy putt. And our man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
It's looking like this is going to be a hard break to the left.
That's a nice putt. He'll take that.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. The first of the back 9 par 3s is the 12th.
And this is a mean one. Not going to lie. It's mean. It's right around 185 yards, but the green, once again, very tiny. You come up short in that deep bunker, you're bound to make a 4.
A chance now from the bunker for an up and down. Oh, that one looked pretty good off the blade, and it's looking pretty good on the green too. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. And now at +4 for the event.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Rich, let's head to the 13th tee at Pebble Beach, shall we? And what's the decision off the tee?
Aim it right, just shy of those bunkers down the right-hand side, and you've got a mid-iron for your second shot back up the hill. Again, a green that pitches severely from back to front as well as right to left.
John, you've got a good view from down there. What's the lie like?
Well, they're in deep here, guys.
Oh, that is a touch of class from the sand. Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Standing over his second shot. 5 strokes behind our leader.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one. And he needs this to save par. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on. Now 5 strokes behind. As we head to the 14th, I know the 18th gets all the attention here at Pebble Beach, but this is a strong par 5.
Oh, this is a good one. I love this par 5. Just hit it just down the left-hand side. You can't reach the far bunkers down the left. Lay up with a long iron, maybe a fairway wood, but watch out. This third shot gets awfully tricky.
That one was fired out of a cannon.
And that's just sneaked into the second cut of rough.
Second shot here on the 14th hole. This would be a great up and down from this spot. This putt about 11 feet in distance. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
I've had a look from both sides. This is a right to lefter.
Hang on, this looks pretty handy. There it is. Sitting at 4 over for the event.
We've hit the par 4 15th hole.
hitting it anywhere down the left-hand side off the tee will find one of those deep bunkers, so you need to avoid those. Hit it out to the right, which will leave a great second shot into this green.
This is a bomb.
Roars going up around the golf course.
Take a look at this long-range effort.
Time for the second shot here at 15. That's a good one to build momentum on. This putt left for birdie. Okay, let's take a quick look at the leaderboard with Sahith Theegala out in front. Let's check out the 16th. It's a par 4. This one looking pretty good off the tee. Second shot on the 16th hole. That's a really nice shot. This putt to move inside the top 10. Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
I've got it going right to left here.
That starts off on a good line.
Another birdie. That's 2 in a row, and there's starting to be a little buzz on the grounds.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
After that hole, our featured player is making a move. Let's go over to 17, the par 3. This is a 9-iron on the way. Okay, green side, a chance to get up and down.
Watch this thing turn.
4 feet to the cup.
And time to check in with Matt Fitzpatrick from England, standing over this next shot.
Let's take a quick moment to look at the updated leaderboard. Now that that hole is complete, Sahith Theegala's lead is 1. The 18th and final hole is a par 5.
So much history on this hole. Aim it at the trees right in the center and hope you don't get unlucky and get underneath one of them. From there, it's going to be a layup out to the right and just a short third shot. What a wonderful, wonderful finishing hole.
That's going to work nicely for him. About 200 yards left to the hole, and currently 3 shots back.
This one's heading towards the cabbage.
Here's the third shot. 3 shots behind the lead. If this putt drops, we've got a tie for third. A birdie on 18 to close out the round. All right, we play on, Rich. It's time for the playoff.
Cannot wait. Was not ready to go away yet. Loving the action.
All right, time to start this sudden death playoff.
Oh, let's get into this. I can't wait.
This is a 9-iron on the way. This is a 6-footer.
A great birdie chance here.
You gotta love it. The putt is in and the playoff is over.
What a way with that clutch putt.
Well, Rich, this was a grind all week long, and our featured player comes out on top.
He's got to be happy it only took one hole to come out on top.
Thank you for joining us throughout the week, including for today's playoff. For all of us at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll see you next time.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Welcome back to Scottsdale, Arizona. It's time to bring you all the final round action of the WM Phoenix Open. Hello everyone, Luke Elvey here alongside my booth mate Rich Beam, and out on the course is Henny Koyak and John McCarthy. Oh, this is a super week on the calendar. Always circle this one in my diary. I'm thrilled you could be with us as well. We head down to the first hole. Before we get into today's action, I'm getting some word that there's a rivalry brewing between Will Zalatoris and our featured player. Henny, surely that can't be right.
Luke, you have heard correctly. There have been texts, phone calls, many exchanges in the lead up to this matchup between the featured player and Will Zalatoris. Things are getting pretty tense down here. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out today.
Thanks, Henny. That's interesting stuff. I'll be interested to see if our featured player does indeed do well against Willie Z.
Well, this is some lovely momentum to take into the tournament, coming off a last start win, Rich.
This player has more confidence, I believe, than any other player in the field at the moment. This should be another good week for him.
Getting off to a great start at this event.
I can't ever recall him making a birdie and feeling bad about it. So yes, birdie on the first, great job.
And that makes him tied for first. Well, as we head to the second hole at Scottsdale, it's an important tee shot, Rich.
It's a blind landing area out there, Luke. You can't quite see where your golf ball lands. You know there's some bunkers on the right-hand side. You just don't know how far out they do come. A little more room to the left than you can't see, but it's a difficult tee shot all in all.
So that tee shot appears to have found that fairway bunker to the right, Rich. What kind of challenges does that shot present?
Well, now he's going to have a pretty substantial lip to get it up and over. Then once you get down towards the green, you got three bunkers out there. Front left, mid right, mid left, that, you know, all are going to see a little bit of action. That second shot's going to be really tough.
And it's coming out of the sand. Not sure if it's enough, though.
Well, you like the look of those hands. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Putting for a bogey. And unfortunately dropping back to level with the card.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
That drive heading straight towards the cut stuff. It's been a good year. 3 wins so far this season.
This is bold. Going for it in 2.
Yeah, that's a great play, Rich. Not quite on the dance floor, but a mighty drive.
It's an aggressive play, Luke. Like to see it on this par 5.
Starts off looking good.
It's tracking towards the cup. Oh, what a bonus. And now that finds him in first place. Well, hopefully coming off the back of a birdie, Rich, we find ourselves on the first short hole of the day, the 4th.
Yeah, distance control is super important here. You got bunkers left and right and short as well. You got to hit it the right distance as this green chases away from you just a little bit to make that shot even tougher.
Trying to get 2-3 under par with this putt. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
I'd say this is about a 38-footer.
This looks pretty tiny, this. This one's got some momentum to it. And he's made it. What a putt. And it's worth taking another look at that one.
Now this is how you putt. Take another look at this.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Here we are on the par 4 5th hole, Rich, and the tee shot. What do you fancy?
It is sneaky difficult. Just a straightaway hole with that bunker on the right. That is menacing. And even funnier, I've seen a lot of shots miss even further right. And Oscar Bravo.
Well, that's a handy shot. Always frustrated by missing a green. Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Currently top 10 on the FedEx Cup points list.
Okay, time to return to the action. All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. And he's down there. You got a read?
There's a slope here, and it's going to go right to left on the slope.
This one has eyes for the hole. For the par.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
Well, the visuals on this 6th tee, that really presents most of the challenge here.
Yeah, the 3 bunkers down the left side see a lot of action. Your eyes are just drawn to it, but only the bigger players, the longest players in the game, are able to fly those bunkers.
Well, that'll work there. Well, there he is, Wake Forest Will Zalatoris, Rich. He's done the job, and he continues to do it out here on tour, doesn't he?
He does. He's just one of these players that is just a ferocious competitor, isn't he? Ball striking is amazing. The putting sometimes works with him and works, but you know what? He gets the job done. And so you can't emphasize that enough. You know, it may not be pretty at times, but who cares? He's getting the job done. And you know when you go head-to-head against him, you've got your hands full because he's not backing down from anybody, any challenge, any championship. The guy's a winner.
And this putt coming up for his par. It's on a good line. And there it is.
Unreal display this week with that wand.
Leading by a couple after that hole. The second par 3 on the front nine's longer 7th hole, Rich.
This is so difficult. I'm even laughing, remembering when I played it years ago. Finding this green is nearly impossible. It still gives me the heebie-jeebies. You got to hit a long iron, towering long iron, and see if you can't get to land soft enough to hold this green.
Yep, that shot safely on the green. 13 feet to the hole. And that putt will drop, and he'll extend his lead. And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. There's a familiar tone about the front 9 par 4s, Rich. A lot of right to left. Here we are at 8. Same sort of tee shot.
And again, you got a couple of bunkers down the left-hand side that your eyes are drawn to, even though your eyes need to be drawn out to the right at that tree. Tons of space out to the right. Those bunkers, those are no good.
That's a nice-looking tee shot, that one. Now, 4 under par.
Oh, this needs a little right turn, Clyde.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
You know, to my eye, it's looking a little left to right.
Nice one. 4th birdie of the day.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
And it's a 3-stroke advantage for our leader as we head to the next hole. Here we are on the tee at the par 4 9th, and is driver necessary?
Driver is not necessary unless you can hit that power fade and get it past that bunker. But if you can't, just take out a 3-wood, find the widest part of the fairway.
It's finding a bunkery sandy grave.
And from the bunker here.
Going with the 8-iron here. This would be a great up and down. Well, this would be a great par putt if you can make this.
Come on, don't be shy. That was the line.
Oh, so close. Well judged. Bogey putt coming up here. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. Here we go, Rich. In the lead, late in the championship. It's exciting.
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
Well, this one looks like it's heading to the sand. And Rich, that back-to-back win could be within reach here. This player can just gain a few more strokes on the inward half.
Winning last week, this player's full of confidence, and rightly so.
And he's got it onto the green, but still outside the range. Bit of work left to do. And he's down there. You got a read?
From the get-go, this is a big left to right breaker.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Okay, so that finishes that hole. And as we check the standings, our featured player is ahead by 3. Well, here we are on the tee at 11, Rich, and you start to get a little tense on the tee.
When you stand on this tee, you better have a very clear vision of exactly what kind of shot you're going to play out into this fairway, because that water on the left, it's going to distract you a lot.
Oh, absolutely flushed.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Setting up from about 130 yards out. I don't think Will Zalatoris had that on his bingo card today. What a shot.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Just 3 feet to the cup.
Little birdie look in here.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And after that hole, he's on top of the leaderboard with Rose Zhang in second. Opting for the 6-iron. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Currently -5. Currently in the lead. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Good chance this one. Right on 6 feet.
Got to try and save the par here.
At the conclusion of that hole, he is currently leading the tournament, but Rose Zhang is right behind him. A thing of beauty. Well, step one complete. We're in the middle of the fairway here on 13. Rich, you getting after this green in two?
Yeah, there's plenty of green up there to work with, both right and left. You know, ball lands a green. It could go long, cause you some problems. Bunkers up front, we'll see a lot of action. But again, it's just all about your short game.
Well, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Yeah, he's staring down about 12 feet.
Like the look of this one. So close to the eagle.
Always nice when you can just go ahead and tap one in for birdie.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. Standing on the tee at 14, that bunker is more a visual sightline than anything else.
Most definitely. I think you want to get just on the right edge of that and just go ahead and tee it high and let it fly, my friend.
Wow, he let the big dog eat there, didn't he? Setting up in the first cut here. This one looks like it's heading left here, Rich. Now let's switch our attention to Will Zalatoris.
Currently top 30 in the FedEx Cup points list.
From the sand, looking to get up and down. Well, that came out nicely from the bunker. That should settle inside the range.
Putting for a par here.
And that putt will drop. Well done. And as we check the standings, it's a big 5-stroke advantage for our leader. Well, the tee shot at 15 feels very similar to the one at 11. Very confronting with all that water down the left.
This is such a narrow fairway. The left third of this fairway runs straight towards the water on the left-hand side. It's just no fun. You know that you have a sliver of landing area down the right-hand side to find it, so you can knock it on in two.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader.
Using the big muscles to get it home in two there.
Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
A tricky little slider here. Downhill, moving to the left.
Oh. 4 feet to the cup. And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard.
Yeah, seemingly an insurmountable lead with just 4 to play. Gotta like his position.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole.
Well, it looks like a pretty benign tee shot if you're just seeing the hole alone. But when you're in the amphitheater of this 16th, it becomes a lot more intimidating.
Something about 20,000 people getting ready to give it to you one way or the other kind of gets your attention pretty quick, my friend. There's not much to it other than the fact that you know what the stakes are, whether you're going to get cheered or beered.
Wants to use that slope from the right to his advantage. Big putt for par coming up. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Currently at 7 under for the tournament. Well, when I get to the 17th tee, Rich, I always think of Andrew McGee, who made a 1 here. But you'd take a 2 or 3.
Listen, I'm going to take anything that's not a 5 or a 6 because you can seriously do some damage here if you're not on top of your game. This is a great hole.
This is his second shot. Oh, what a wonderful play. Leading with intent. Scorecard filled with 3s never hurts. Good putt to make this. And he's down there. You got a read?
Just going to cruise on down to the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's a good line, that one. Great speed. Wow, what a putt. Now 6 shots in front after that hole. Well, we've come to the last here at TPC Scottsdale, but there's still some work to be done.
There's a lot of work to be done. Finding it in the middle of this fairway is not one easy task, even for the longest hitters. That bunker down the left-hand side, the church pews, that sees a lot of action. So the other 2 up there. This is really a hole that you got to thread it out there with either a 3-wood or driver, but it's pretty much one of the most underrated, difficult driving holes on the golf course.
He has this putt in front of him to finish with a clubhouse lead. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
This is an outside chance. Maybe a lag putt even. He's got 30 feet.
Ooh. Well, it's been an impressive display today. Hold this putt for a 63. And as he sinks that final putt, now he's got the clubhouse lead. But the nervous wait begins as the rest of the field finishes up. And Rich, you know all about this. It's hard just to win once on the PGA Tour, but going back to back.
Impressive. Absolutely impressive. Winning breeds winning, but it also takes a lot out of you. So to contend again the week after winning, boy, I'd say this player is something special.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.